So in the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 7, it says that man is made unto trouble, like born unto trouble, just like sparks fly upward. It's saying that just like physics works, as sure as physics works, we are born to trouble. So that's not a very positive piece of news. But we talked about the other day how we are now new creation, of course, 2 Corinthians 5:7, and in Christ Jesus we are a new creature. We are something fresh, and that means that we have a new heart, and that new heart can respond differently to hardship. And the response of faith is so important for all of us, because if I do not respond in faith, if I do not respond in a new heart, then what will happen is I will internalize all that trouble, and I will become a bitter, angry person, more bitter and more angry as time goes by, and more hopeless, more dejected maybe. It is not a pretty picture. But then the Apostle Paul, speaking to the Corinthians, he says something amazing, and I think this is a great illustration of someone functioning in a new heart. So this is sort of a challenge for the both of us, you and me as well, this morning. So 2 Corinthians 6:11, he says, "O you Corinthians, our mouth is open to you, our heart is enlarged. You are not straitened in us, but are straitened in your own bowels. You are not straitened in us, you are straitened in your own bowels." What an amazing statement. He's saying, you Corinthians have a problem with us. You do not love us, you do not appreciate us, says the Apostle Paul to the church that he ministered so much to. And that church was turned against him. And now he says, you really reject us, you despise us now, and you look down on us. And that's a terrible feeling for when it happens to you with someone, with people whom you served and ministered to and poured out your life for, and you feel a terrible loss. Okay. So it's not easy for Paul, this whole thing. But if you look at 1 Corinthians and 2 Corinthians, yes, they are rebuking letters. They are letters of exhortation. Paul is trying to set the Corinthian church aright, because they are really going the wrong way in so many ways. But then he also says, you are not straitened in us. Like our hearts are, like my heart is not too small. You are in my heart. I am not like hard-hearted against you. My heart is not too narrow to receive you. I do receive you. I do love you. I do care for you. Corinthians, please understand, you matter to me so much. Okay. The problem is not in me, because I am responding in faith to this trouble, and therefore my heart is large and you fit in there. But in your hearts, I do not fit in your hearts. I, like you, there is a serious problem here, yes, and it is because you have shut your heart from me. You have listened to lies, you have accepted what was told about me, and now you have shut your heart. And see, that is what happens when I live in the old heart. But the normal response to that kind of rejection would be hatred, spite from the Apostle Paul. Like these two epistles, 1 and 2 Corinthians, should be vitriolic letters, where Paul is like expressing his anger, his disappointment, and he's not doing any of that. Why? Because he's responding in a new heart. So may God help both you and me learn how to respond in that new heart, because you and I are new creatures in Christ. Let's respond in faith. Let's respond in the new heart, and let us bless that way all of the even people who reject us. God bless you.